I'm hanging out with Murph the next 6 weeks. No, not Jesse, Murph. Every Memorial Day weekend, we gather around our gyms to honor those that have fallen who have served in the U.S. military.
But as the enemy closed in, Michael recognized that the survival of his men depended on calling back to the base for reinforcements.
One of the workouts that has gone mainstream, which I think is good, is the Murph Challenge.
Complete disregard for his own life. He made the call, and Michael then fell under heavy fire before losing his life.
This grueling workout is named after Michael Murphy.
I just did a Murph. I was going to not do the Murph today because I was like, I don't want to.
There are multiple ways to do the Murph Challenge.
For the next 6 weeks, I'm going to help you prepare for the Murph Challenge. Navy Lieutenant Michael Murphy was a Navy SEAL who was killed in action in Afghanistan on June 28, 2005. Originally, the workout was named Body Armor, which is a workout that he did often. It consisted of a 1-mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then close with another 1-mile run with a weight vest or body armor, hence the name. CrossFit made it one of their hero workouts, which is typically done on Memorial Day to honor those that have fallen and have given their lives. I remember distinctly the first time I did Murph. It was 2011. I had been doing CrossFit 2-3 months. I was adamant about wearing the body armor or vest because I wanted to honor him. It gives me, again, like a little emotional and goosebumps when I do it, think about it. But I wanted to make sure I wore that vest to honor him. I barely had pull-ups, and I actually did the pull-up with a band. Here's future Vice President Tulsi Gabbard demonstrating the banded pull-ups with a vest. Since then, I've done the Murph workout every year around Memorial Day, with the community or by myself. In 2015, while competing at the CrossFit Games, that was one of the workouts we had released to us as competitors. I can remember it vividly, standing in the center of the arena, listening to Dave Castro speak. I remember sitting there, getting goosebumps as I am now, and feeling the passion, the emotion, the overwhelming sense of there is something bigger than this competition. That workout was unpartitioned.
There are multiple ways to do the Murph Challenge. There's a kind of partitioned mode where you do sets of pull-ups, push-ups, and squats together. And then there's unpartitioned where you do the 100 pull-ups and then the 200 push-ups and then the 300 squats in serial. And obviously if you're doing them unpartitioned, then it takes longer to get through the 100 pull-ups because anytime that you're resting in between the pull-ups, you're not also doing push-ups and squats. So my I'm sure my unpartitioned time would be quite a bit slower.
So like Meta Owner described, partitioned is easier. The reason for this is because you're breaking up the movements. You're doing set of pull-ups, push-ups, and squats, and you have a little bit of rest. Meaning from all the pull-ups, you gotta give your arms a break a little bit from pulling, and now you're pushing. Then when you move to the squats, you give your arms a little bit of a break and let your legs do the work. So like he said, it is a little bit easier and a little bit faster. In 2016, we did Murph again in competition. This time I had a stomach infection, toe infection, a heart rate of 130, and threw up twice before the event. So how do you think I did? In 2016, it was partitioned. We had the 1-mile run, and then we did 10 rounds of 10 pull-ups, 20 push-ups, and 30 squats. Then once we finished the 10 rounds, we did the 1-mile run. Again, all with a weight vest. So if you're still wondering how I did in 2016 Murph, not so good. But I'm proud that I finished. Nothing that I went through that year compared to what Murph went through. And that is why every year we celebrate and we honor him with Murph workout. So are you thinking of doing the Murph Challenge? Well, I think you should do it. I'll be training for it. Below is a 6-week free program that you can utilize. It'll be 6 weeks of training and 1 week of deload right before the Murph weekend, so you'll be able to complete that workout either on Memorial Day or that weekend. I have the bug out coming up, so stay tuned, May 11th through May 16th. So I'll be doing the 6 weeks of training, and that week will be kind of a deload, and then I'll finish off a little bit of training before we attack the challenge on Memorial Day. Murph is really complicated because it taxes your entire body, but you also need to have the aerobic and anaerobic endurance to be able to get through not only 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, as well as a 2-mile run. The difficulty lies in blending the aerobic and anaerobic threshold. I want you to think of the fight or flight. Are you going to fight or are you going to flee? The fight is the anaerobic system where you're having to fight your enemy. Your aerobic system is your endurance. You're trying to get away and you're trying to be able to run away for a long period of time. That's where the aerobic base comes in. That's why this workout is so powerful and so challenging. You're blending the two, aerobic and anaerobic, fighting and fleeing, in a workout that combines and needs both. In order to tap into this workout, we need to train energy systems, the glycolytic and the oxidative. Remember, the CrossFit Games taught us that he or she that is fittest across all energy systems and domains. So if you think of pull-ups in a workout like Jackie, that is glycolytic 30 pull-ups. Now you come to Murph, which is 100 pull-ups. There's a lot more complexity because you now have to have the endurance to be able to last those 100 reps. So when you do 100 pull-ups, you're taxing that pulling domain. Then from there, you're moving on to the pushing domain. You have 200 push-ups, and then you have another 300 squats. But don't forget, you just came in hot from a 1 mile run at a 6-minute pace. So can your body recover to do the 100, 200, and 300 reps, and then be able to go and run another mile? So your body has to have the endurance through each domain: pulling, pushing, and squatting. So the question is, how do you train for that? So how do I train for this? I train by blending the aerobic and anaerobic base. And I do that 3 different ways. First, interval training. Second, long steady cardio. And 3, economy of training over time, meaning increasing reps over the weeks. So like a run program where you run and rest, we're going to do something similar where we're going to run, then add in a gymnastics component through each domain: pull, push, squat. Then we're going to rest and we're going to repeat this. This is going to help get our body acclimated to the running and then also the gymnastics movements. So the second one, we're going to be doing long, steady cardio. This means we're going to have a day we're going to have a nice, easy run at a nice, easy recovery pace. This means it's going to be a pace that you know you can maintain. One of the problems with Murph is that it destroys your hands. So we're going to be slowly increasing reps from the first week to the 6 weeks. Now, 6 weeks isn't ideal. If we had a little extra time, that'd be beneficial. But this is going to be very important to getting your hands a little more tough so they'll be able to handle that endurance, but also your shoulders and getting you comfortable to pulling those 100 reps for the pull-ups, right? Also push-ups. They seem kind of easy, but 200 reps is no joke. So building that pushing strength and endurance is going to be very important. Same thing with the squats, right? 300 squats, easy peasy. Not really. Remember, this is 600 reps total, so it's going to be better for you to get acclimated versus going 0 to 600 reps. Also remember, it's a 2-mile run, so if you're not used to running, this is going to be spicy. The adaptation over time is important. If you don't have a training program, check out the free program below, share it with others, and let's do Murph together on Memorial Day.